Hi, I'm Tim Bulot and welcome to weaponsacademy.com. In this video we're going to do a quick follow-up on the Inter Ordnance 9mm braced pistol. And as you recall in the previous video on this particular weapon, we addressed an issue with the bolt hold open device. So hang in there with us, and when we come back we're going to take a look at that. All right, so let's try it with the small Glock magazine first. Insert it. It's not locking back. Okay. Let's try it with the 30 round magazine. Okay, it's locked into place. It's not locking back. Okay, as mentioned in the previous video, I set out to contact Inter Ordnance to see what they had to say about the lack of a bolt hold open device lockback as was advertised on their website. So let's see how they responded. Response took 2 days, by the way. Tim, I very much enjoyed watching your YouTube video. Thank you for doing one. Regarding the bolt hold open feature, it should not have been mentioned online as it is an option available to law enforcement. It is a special order with a 3 to 4 week lead time. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Customer service manager has her name and contact information, etc. Okay, so she says that the bullet point that described the last round bolt hold open device should not have been mentioned because it is a special order available to law enforcement. It doesn't say only, but it just says law enforcement, and it takes a 3 to 4 week order time. Okay, great. So I answered her. I thanked her for responding, and I did explain to her that in my case the bolt hold open feature was a deal maker. So personally I found the website to be very misleading. I have checked the website since I wrote the email to them, and they have taken that off of the list of bullet points describing the features of this pistol. Now, she also mentions in Inter Ordinances that it's available to law enforcement officers. I don't see a lot of law enforcement agencies purchasing this pistol for duty use. Okay, law enforcement agencies are going to get a dedicated short barreled rifle to do their entry work, period. Okay, they're not going to buy a brace pistol. So a little bit more clarification might be good on that, whether she's referring to individual police officers, but the way it reads to me, it's for agencies. But that's their marketing, that's their decision, that's the way they want to explain why the feature is not there. Okay, so I'm going to leave that up to y'all for interpretation. Now, that aside, okay, just with the deception, and I'll call it deception, the deception on the lockback device, I do like the pistol. Okay, it does what it needs to do. It's got a good feel to it. It's fun to shoot, but it's not a duty weapon. It's not an entry weapon. It is no more than a braced 9mm pistol that, in my opinion, is somewhat of a carbine, but not by legal specifications. And it's a fun weapon to shoot. Okay, would I carry this as a duty weapon? Absolutely not. Okay. I would prefer a dedicated entry submachine gun or rifle as opposed to a brace pistol for a duty weapon, period. Okay. Now, another question I was asked by a couple of viewers is, why purchase one of these versus just buying a 9mm adapter for your lower and getting a 9mm upper? And that's fine if that's what you want to do. For me, I personally like having a dedicated weapon or a dedicated firearm. I don't like to mix and match and change things around, but that is just me. But one consideration that you need to have is if you modify your existing AR-15 lower with one of these 9mm adapters, and then you purchase a short barrel upper, and you marry those two together, you have in essence created a prohibited firearm. Okay, this lower, this serial number that's issued to this lower, is registered as a pistol, not a rifle. Your standard AR-15 is going to be registered, manufactured as a rifle. So by putting a short-barreled receiver on there, a short-barreled upper, you know, you need to seriously look at the legalities of doing so. Doesn't mean that I agree with the laws on that, but that's the hand we've been dealt. So you need to be sure of what you're doing when it comes to adapting your lower AR-15, existing AR-15, to a short-barreled 9mm upper, or any short barrel for that matter. But other than that, other than a little bit of deception with the bolt lock back, I've got thumbs up for the Inter Ordnance 9mm brace pistol. Model number is M215 9mm KM-7.